By the morning, what takes the cycles centuries to shape? He bored holes in the red marches and chiseled the spine in the Ulcerund. Echoes rang through the canyons of Menethir. He gouged the hollow lands and then left it barren.
Was ruled by Issa. The god king fostered communion, a sharing. The mortals heeded his wisdom. The Fae followed his spirit. He linked the natural with the divine and became a nature unto himself. He knew the lives of elf, human, gnome, and all people. He showed the Fae these words and ways. He united the Oath clans. As the meadow grows into woodland, so did Issa grow the court of summer.
Finally, the carver rested. He grew a mountain crowned with clouds by the river. And
You're part of that madness on the left. On with you. I'll have no part in that. An old man who's had his fill of the world. It possesses a certain remark off in the southeast among the hills. What if you don't know? Oh. Here, you see, it all falls beautifully into place. And this new Ragnar will see a challenge that he cannot ignore, and a battle he'll think, of course, neither he nor any will survive it. Well, there may be a victor for a moment or two, but in the end, I will be the only winner to reclaim it, but a banner. Meet me on the height above two paths. A sight to behold. What are you doing?
Our work is done here.
All have lost, but we have won, thanks to my genius. As for me, I have earned a trip to Odessa, and surely Centurion.
If you have needs of gems or shards... I have plenty in stock. Goodbye!
Best goods in Isa.
And items here.
Hi, how are you? Need some chatter? I've got plenty to go. Bye now.
Welcome to the Mortal Tavern.
I am at your service, lady.
Greetings! Siege crafting. Until next time. Planning on doing any work in the Scully? See you soon, I hope.
You have my thanks. Not soon enough.
But you've saved us. Beware the forest. Rattlesnake was a vain and ugly creature. He crawled in dark places and avoided the other desert animals. He was lonely but refused to act like it. One day, while sitting under a rock and wishing to be happy, he saw a desert runner sprinting past. "Wait," it called to the bird. "I have a favor to ask of you."
Never seen your face before. Can't say I like it. Listen up, Dogface. There are 2 rules in Bonetown. Number 1, Mayor Eswin's law is absolute. Number 2, if you don't like rule number 1, then you'd better get your ass out of town. Now go meet the mayor yourself. He likes to know what the kobolds kicking from the wastes, especially with the families running wild. Listen to that. You're fitting in pretty well already. I'll see you around Whitestone, Dogface. He's a dangerous man, and he'll stop at nothing to bring ruin to Whitestone. Luckily, the mayor knows how to deal with crooks like Scoria. Miners. And they used to make a good living too, back when Modus Mining had its teeth in Apatia. When Modus pulled out, the money dried up. Now most of them are criminals. A nasty lot. The Zungars are the worst. The Darkvari and the Sinrig know Leonis dance as well. There's plenty of them. Just ask Kara, or walk a few paces out of Whitestone in any direction. Sometimes they even come in. A few weeks ago, I caught a bandit trying to slip into the mayor's window. Fool. He's been locked up in a cage ever since Liana was first sworn. They called her the Desert Runner, and you do well to learn her ways out here. He's not from around here. A city boy born and raised in Myria. Came to seek fortune, but landed in Apatia. You'd think he'd wither in this desert, but it was his idea to bring in the mercenaries. With Mayor Eswin in Whitestone, we have a fighting chance. People call it Bonetown. Good day. You're probably wondering what I'm doing here. Well, if you're fond of I'll try to keep it short, even though I've got all the time in the world for embellishment. What did I do? Nothing. I just happened to bear the name Darkvari, a crime in Apatia in these trying times. Then here's the trick of it. I was leaving home, slipping free of my familial bondage. I'm no thug. I am guilty of but one crime only. Her name is Hrindi Zungar, and at this very moment she waits for me with no word of my whereabouts. Please, she is the sun that comes to warm me every morning. Yes, Zungars and Darkvari aren't exactly kin. In fact, they're sworn enemies and rivals. And I knew getting the key won't be. Bjorn's men are ridiculous. Sinriks, Darkvaris, I care not for stale poison. I doubt the Zungars and I've promised to rescue Hrindi from her family's life of corruption. She deserves more than a shack along the snake tail. She deserves... I've been in this cage for weeks.
You there. You look like you could use... That didn't sound quite right. Are you interested in some work? If so, the mayor of Whitestone is hiring. The work is go check the bone wall. So long. Over here.
So damn hot. Stranger.
Stand right there. Let me take a look at you. Filthy, weary, lonely, but special, that's for certain. We don't see folks like you in Whitestone very often. I'm Mayor Eswin Elfhelm, and I'm the closest thing to a friend you've got around here. Some call it war. I call it survival. The Modus mining interest left an empty throne when it abandoned Apotea, and now everyone wants that power. The people here, the decent, honest, hard-working people of Apotea, have been through enough. Starvation, humiliation. They needed a leader, one who cares. My goals are simple. To stop the warring in Whitestone, and to rescue it from the brink of extinction. And you can help me. What do you say? Partners? I like you. You're not a fool. Want to know what you're getting into? Well, I think big, but I'm smart enough to start small. I need a person who can do both. I want you to acquire something for me. Something that rightfully belongs to me. There's a man named Arif Scoria, patriarch of the most prominent mining family in Apotea. Months ago, I bought his family mine. It wasn't cheap. Now Adith refuses to surrender the property. In fact, he's gone into hiding and won't meet with me. Modus Mining stored all the probably in that relic of a building that's an obstacle in the way of progress. There are 4 mining families. The Darkvari, the Sinriks, Zungars, and the Scorias. When gnomes departed, so did the jobs. There was nothing for the miners left behind. Starvation, desperation, well, they change people. Most of the miners in Apotea kept their sanity. The others, they turned to banditry. The usual, theft, kidnapping, murder. You'd best stick close to Whitestone. You're an easy target. The Sinrig boys think this is a game. They're laughing now, but we'll see how they like the taste of their own ruthlessness. They're the second oldest family in Apotea, and they're headed for a prison, or the graveyard. The Darkvari were hit hardest by Modus's relocation. The young men and women watched the elders and children waste away. Now they're all that's left. Sad story, isn't it? Doesn't excuse their lawlessness. Once the Terrenium ran out, they moved on. Gnomes don't care for the welfare of other races. They're hoping we'll kill each other off, save them the trouble. My given name is Eswin Elfhelm, but people around here call me Mayor Eswin. They're simple people, that's why I like them. I grew up in the Almain city of Myria, west of here. I'd never worked a full day in my life. I'm certainly making up for it now. I sleep 1-2 hours a night. Terrenium. It's the only reason the gnomes ever graced it here with their presence. Normally they'd find the climate too dry. They like their beards curly. Motus Mining settled Whitestone, built all the mines and relocated the families. Once they'd taken what they came for, they vanished almost overnight. Disgraceful. My home. A lifetime ago, it seems. The port was nice. You'd have a hard time finding anything that resembles mere liars, thieves, and scum. Let's hope they never take control of Apotir. This little town, the gnomes moved out. It would take quite a bit to convince me the Zongars weren't criminals. It's probably no surprise the worst miners of Apotir make the best brigands.
Stranger? Careful out there. Off to work.
Well done. Now, you've done me this one favor. Let's finish what we've started. First, I need to fetch the item that will finance our new life in Odessa, our nest egg. It is an heirloom that has been in the Darkvari family for generations. Then I need you to find Hrindi and bring her to me at our old meeting place in Snaketail Canyon. Please, you must...
Hello. You don't know me, but I've been following you. That parchment you carry, it belongs to me, as Steg always meant it to be a wedding gift. Now, if you please, hand it over. You heard it right. There's no love lost between the families of Darkvari and Zungar. But show me a close family in Apatir, and I'll show you a gnome with a conscience. What about him? I've met hundreds of men more to my liking. Only, those men didn't have what Steg possesses, the Darkvari map. Once I learned Steg had it, I knew I had to act. I was willing to do anything, even married the idiot. Don't ever speak my name aloud. I hate hearing it. Zungar. It's the sound of retching, of a man's skull cracking beneath a blow. Soon I will have a new name to go with my new life. That's right, the fabled treasure map of the Darkvari family. With it I can build a new life, shed my Zungon. Perhaps I did, but he won't be able to care for me. He can hardly care for himself. No, but perhaps you're right. He doesn't deserve this, not from me. There are few gentle souls left in Apatir.
You haven't laid eyes on Hrindi, have you? She is bright, graceful, like an oasis on a summer's day. I was sure she would be here. She said the stars themselves wouldn't wait as long as she would. What do you mean she's gone? Was her fear too great? Did she choose to stay behind? I had a feeling this would happen. In the end, I couldn't make her happy. That is a lie. You can keep the parchment. It is a map drafted by my grandfather. I don't want it. Not anymore. What good is wealth if the one you meant to share it with is gone?
I am no one of consequence.
You mean bone? They're not as bad as...
Careful out there.
Hello. Hello there. I'll leave you to your work. Not bad. So long.
Good day.
Surrender your confidence, stranger.
Desert Runner stopped. She had never heard Rattlesnake speak before. His voice was a slow, nasty hiss, and that greatly disturbed Desert Runner. Please, Desert Runner, my voice is harsh, and yours is so pretty. You are so fast and so much braver than me. Can you bring me a voice like yours? Desert Runner thought for a moment and then said, I will lend you some of my voice and put it in your tail. That is why the rattlesnake clicks.
Things in Whitestone are looking... It's sad. Impressive. So long.
Mind yourself. Mind yourself.
A stranger, not a labourer by your main. An adventurer. Deserter, maybe. Goodbye. May I help you?
What is it? Can't you see I'm busy? If you're from the village, this discovery belongs to everyone. Why, yes! I must carry on with your search. My research suggests that the veins run beneath all of Apatir, so I would search the mines. Of course, you're the one who would confirm whether my research is accurate. Goodbye.
You're not supposed to be sniffing around over here. Go on, get. The gnomes carved the place to pieces. Working down here in Apotir is the best job I've ever had. Oh, let me work. Yeah?
Well done. I was worried the Zangar. We've received news that it's a pity the city.
Oh, look what the dust brought in. Off to work.
What are you doing all the way down here? You'd think the Cynrics would be enough to keep anyone away. If together, you and I'm in hiding from...
Yeah?
Well, you wouldn't return unless you had something to tell me about... Oh, but listen to me carefully. If you walk away from this, from me, you will no longer be welcome in Whitestone. Do you have any choice? You just wait. Without me, without Whitestone, Apotir will continue to dry up like we organize all the claims under single ownership. Mine. And work with the gnomes to get the ore flowing again. Prosperity will return, and with it, the people. I had a feeling you'd stick around. Tough times call for tough choices. And you've got the guts to do what needs to be done. The deed to Scoria Mine gives me ownership of all ore discovered inside its many shafts. The gnomes say it's run dry, but I don't believe it. Ada, that vein is still active, and I need proof. Get inside Scoria and a Scoria Mine...
Hey!
But you've saved us. Widows spare you.
Don't let your guard down.
May I help?